Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshuronmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So this verse says Sakshad Bhagavan Harihi Hi Sharirinam Atma. So Lord is the soul of all embodied beings. Jashanam Toyamiva. How is he the soul of all embodied beings? Like the water is the life and soul of all the aquatics. Yadi Mahan. If a person gives up the Lord, Tam Hitva. He gives up Hitva, Tam Hitva. Sajjate Grihe, and becomes attached to his house. Mahatvam, his greatness, is like Tada Vayasa Dampatinam. His greatness is the time when youthfulness manifests in a husband and wife. So Prabhupada, he talks about the aquatics. He chooses crocodile to explain us the concept. Although crocodiles are very fierce animals, they are powerless when they venture out of the water onto the land. When they are out of the water, they cannot exhibit their original power. So in the entire Srimad Bhagavatam, we have one very famous crocodile. You all remember any famous crocodile? It comes in the Gajendra pastime. Now this crocodile, it held Gajendra's lotus feet. And it is described very beautifully. Tato Gajendrasya mano balaujasam kalena dhirgena mahan abhudvayah vikrishyamanasya jale vasidato viparyayo bhut sakalam jalokasam. So for many long years, there was a great fight between the elephant and the crocodile in the water. And with time, what happened? Elephant was losing its power, but the crocodile's power was as it is, in fact, increasing. Why? Jalam sakalam jalokasam. Because the crocodile, being an animal of water, its enthusiasm increased, physical increased, and the sensual power also increased. Now, if the crocodile was on the land, then there was no question of crocodile winning. Because on the land, crocodile or the aquatic is considered half dead. But whereas in the water, they're very strong. Because the water is the life of the aquatics. Just think about a shark, no? Shark is so dangerous inside the water. And just imagine the shark outside the water on the land. It's not dangerous. People know very well it cannot do anything. Therefore, for aquatics, the life is water. Then Prabhupada is now helping us to understand what about those people who leave the water and come out on the land? What about those fishes, aquatics? They leave the water and come out on the land. What is their situation? Many householders, although well educated in the knowledge of the Vedas, become attached to family life. They are compared herein to crocodiles out of water, for they are devoid of all spiritual strength. Their greatness is like that of a young husband and wife who, though uneducated, praise one another and become attracted to their own temporary beauty. This kind of greatness is appreciated only by low-class men with no qualification. So, the time when the male and female are attracted to each other is the time when they're young. When they newly get married and they're young. So at that time they're attracted. They are not attracted in their childhood, nor they are attracted in their old age. But in that young phase of life, they are attracted to each other. So at that time, for them, even if they're not practicing spirituality, even after having knowledge from Shastra, still not able to practice spirituality because of that young attraction that was there. That's very important to note, that both are so attracted to each other. They want to gift things to each other. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying, they worship each other with ornaments and clothes. So in this way, there is a strong attraction, but only in the young age. And now, when such young people are attracted to each other and they're living a life like that, there are other people who say, oh, such wonderful dampati, such wonderful couple, they're living their life so wonderfully. Therefore, Prabhupada is saying, this kind of greatness is appreciated only by low-class men with no qualification. Only low-class men can appreciate, oh, look at them, so nicely entangled in material life. So now, one thing which we see again and again in Srimad Bhagavatam that is repeated, when the male and female come together in the tie of marriage, and when they get indulged into sexual affairs, the thing that takes place is Hridaya Granthi. Hridaya Granthi means hard knot. Where is that hard knot? In the heart. So hard knot in the heart, Hridaya Granthi. Any other Granthi of this world is still okay. It's not that strong. But Hridaya Granthi is very, very strong. This knot is very, very strong. This knot is so tight, so strong. To get rid of this knot is very difficult. In one of the purports, Srila Prabhupada says that yes, there are attached householders who are attached to so many different things. And sometimes people say that even sannyasis, even renunciants, they are attached to various different paraphernalia. But Prabhupada says that is still okay as compared to the attachment of the householders. Why? Because this Hridaya Granthi is very, very hard, very strong knot. And even if the person wants to get rid of it, it's very difficult to get rid of it. Very difficult. One is opposite gender. And second is the kids or the children who are begotten. Now they are almost like the Xerox copy. Yes. Oh, his nose is like me, his eyes is like me, his lips are like me, etc., etc. But only his behavior is not like me. Prahlad Maharaj, when he is giving class in the absence of Shanda and Amarka to all those demonic kids, he says, how is it possible for a householder to give up all the possessions which is amassed with so much of hard effort? And actually it's difficult, you see. Yes, there are so many different things which are kept in the house, purchased, from very nice, costly shops. And then after getting all that, they're decorating. How is it possible to give up that? This is what Prahlad Maharaj is asking. And Prahlad Maharaj specifically mentions furnitures. I'm shocked to read that. How can someone give up the furnitures that the person has bought? And then he says, how can someone give up his own wife who gives him pleasure in solitary place? Then third thing that he mentions, how can someone give up his own kids begotten from his own body who speak in broken language? It's a great pleasure in a household life, when parents see the kids, speaking broken language. Mama, pa. Yes. So it's not, easy. In fact, it is said that in married life, there are only two pleasures which are there. And everything else is very difficult. First pleasure is when the wife, she is, she is morose due to whatever reason. And the husband goes and consoles her. Oh, that's a pleasure. Therefore, in Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna wanted to get that pleasure. Therefore, he tried teasing Rukmini. Because now, when she will become sad or she'll become angry, he can go and solace her and then speak some kind words. But when he started teasing Rukmini, instead of getting angry, she fainted. And after she came back to consciousness, Krishna is telling, oh, look at my bhagya. There is only few pleasures in married life. And one of them is giving solace, to the wife when she is angry, and look at my fate. I am not getting that pleasure also. The second pleasure is when the child is growing. The child is growing, not the grown-up child. Grown-up child are always pain for parents. Growing child. The child is growing and he does various different activities. He starts speaking, he starts walking. Oh, that gives a great pleasure to the parents. Now, when there is so much of pleasure that the person is seeking from all these different entities in the family, how is it possible for him to give it up? Therefore, it is said that these young householders are very attached to all these different things. One is the opposite gender, his wife, the kids, and the various possessions in the house, which is bought with so much of endeavor. One is to earn money and buy it, and second one is going and choosing what to get, what not to get, etc., etc. Now, after having described this, Srila Prabhupada is talking about how long this should last. All this attachment and this and that we're speaking, how long it should last. In the Vedic civilization, this type of crippled life, so Prabhupada is calling this as crippled life, is allowed only until one's 50th year, when one must give up family life and enter either the order of Vanaprastha, retired life, or sannyas, the renounced order of life. So whenever the person gets married, it's an agreement of 25 years both of them sign in front of Yajna Kund. Only thing is they don't know they have signed only 25 years of agreement. There's only the 25 years of agreement that, okay, we will both remain together and we'll try to enjoy dharmically as per scriptures. Now, as soon as a person crosses the age of 50, the person is expected to quit family life. One is the husband and wife can go for Tirth Yatra in Vanaprastha stage, where there is no sex life anymore. There is no material responsibilities anymore. Or the other thing that they can do is the wife can remain with the elder son and the husband can go and take sannyas and never return home again. So these are the two options which are available after 50. Third option of staying in the home and going for a jolly retreat in foreign countries, going around to different hill stations with wife and enjoying. Oh, that nowhere it is mentioned in Shastra. It is condemned like anything. Condemned. Now the problem is, why is it in the current day and age, why people are not able to quit their family life immediately after 50? First and foremost, we see in the name of settling in one's material life, marriage is getting delayed. So people say that, no, I'm not yet settled, so I'll marry later and later and later. And the person crosses the age of marriage. Then he gets married only after 30, 31, 32. Nowadays, we have so many examples of 35, 36 also. And now, after that, begetting kids is delayed. Now, sometimes it so happens that the father is going and dropping the child to the kindergarten, and the other kids are asking, your grandfather? So you see, what is happening basically is, things are not followed according to Shastra. When person is young, he should get married. And when the body is now deteriorating, you should understand that and quit. But now what to do? Now in such an advanced age when the person is begetting a child, then how can he quit at the age of 50? Not possible. Very difficult. Therefore, anyone who plans to get into Grihastha Ashram should get into Grihastha Ashram before 25 itself. Now, before 25 gets into Grihastha Ashram, and then by 25, 26 he has a child. When he's 50, what is the age of his child? Yes, 20, about 20. Now he can easily quit because the kid will be settled now. So this is the problem that is happening. Therefore, it's very important to note that this knowledge should be given to people around, that you shouldn't delay these things. And those boys were always confused. Should I join Brahmacharya Ashram? Should I join Grihastha Ashram? As soon as boys have confusion, should I do this? Should I do that? Get them married. Yes, because there is no confusion for a brahmachari. He's always fixed. Yes, I should just go ahead and just live a life of celibate. As soon as there's a confusion, encourage people to get married. Because when they don't get married on time, they'll not be able to quit on time. And no quitting on time means no full-time devotional service. No full-time devotional service before death means no going back home back to Godhead. There's no question. Therefore, the preachers have to take care of this. That at the right time, right counseling should be given. Preachers shouldn't think, agar ye mere project mein rahega, then I'll get more help. No, let him remain till another 5 more years, 6 more years. No. Very, very important. Preachers have to be very selfless. Selflessly, one should guide people who come to us for guidance. Now, in this way, Srila Prabhupada, having put forward the problem statement, he talks about the solution. That is very, very important. The all-pervading Super Soul Paramatma is the source of all living entities. And all living entities are part and parcel of him. This is which shloka? Mamayvamsha jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatanaha. So all living entities are part and parcel of Krishna. When the living entity remains in contact with the all-pervading Vasudeva, the personality of Godhead, he manifests his spiritual power, exactly as the crocodile exhibits its strength in the water. In other words, the greatness of the living entity can be perceived when he is in the spiritual world, engaged in spiritual activities. See, we see in this world, in the material world, people get attracted to the opposite gender, to various different things which are called as sense objects or whatever. Now, it is very important to note, people are not attracted to other people. People are attracted to the super soul within that body. What's the proof? What's the proof for this? That people are not attracted to actually the opposite gender, but people are attracted to the super soul present in the body of the opposite gender. So when the person dies, Jivatma, part and parcel, he leaves the body, and Paramatma also leaves the body. Now tell me, say the husband and wife, they're very attached to each other and they love each other so much. Will he be able to maintain the same attachment when the wife has died? Same body is lying, same body. Same shape of the body. The shape has not changed. The complexion has not changed. Only thing is, the super soul has left the body. And when the soul and super soul leave the body, all the attraction that the person was feeling towards that entity, that body, has gone. Just think about it. So in this world, people are not attracted actually to each other, but people are attracted to the super soul within the body. Another very important thing to note is, in this world, actually directly or indirectly, everyone is searching for the Lord or attracted to the Lord only. Like for example, when it comes to males, they are attracted towards fair complexioned females. They feel very nice, or fair complexioned, good looking, slim or whatever. When it comes to females, they are attracted towards strong males who are tall and dark and handsome or whatever. Yes. Now when we analyze all this, we understand that they are actually Krishna and Balram looks like. The fair complexion or the dark complexion. Or Krishna and Srimati Radharani. So in general, the living entities who have tendency of serving their lordships, Sri Radha and Krishna, and when they are not able to see their lordships, then what happens is, naturally the living entity starts getting attracted to personalities around, seeking the same attributes what their lordships have. That's a very, very important thing to note. See, in this world, when people glorify the opposite gender, say a male is glorifying female. So how does he glorify? I'm sure all of us, before coming to Krishna consciousness, we have watched many movies. And those, we hear in various different songs, your face is like moon, your eyes are like flower petals, your lips are so reddish. She has put lipstick, it's not natural reddish. And all these different descriptions, your navel is so beautiful. How come these different descriptions match with the descriptions in the Shastra for Krishna? Because the fact is that naturally people are attracted towards their lordships, Sri Radha and Krishna. But when they are not visible, they start searching personalities with the same attributes and they glorify them the way the Shastras glorify the Lordships. As simple as that to understand. And it's not just beauty, by the way. People are attracted to various different things of this world. Wealth. Those people who are very wealthy, they are very attractive for people. Wealth, Aishwarya. Then Virya, strength. Those people are strong. You see, people are so attracted. I still remember in my childhood, I was seeing some of my classmates watching WWF, which became WWE. Yes. So attracted. And they would have those cards and they would say, he's my favorite. I forgot the names. Even I remembered some names. Even I had some cards with myself. He's my favorite wrestler. Look at his biceps. And likha hota tha, biceps itna, triceps itna. And then, see, I like him. Even the celebrities, Bollywood, Tollywood, whatever, Hollywood. So, when their bodies are strong, I'm talking about the heroes, very attractive. Strength. And then fame. Those people are very famous. They're naturally very attractive. Naturally very attractive. And what about those who are knowledgeable? Say those people who might not be looking great or they might not have great wealth or whatever, but if they're knowledgeable, they're very attractive. And even if nothing of this sort is there, but if they're renunciants, proper renunciants, people get attracted. I think the Kumbh Mela is an example. Yes. So anyone doing any activity, any aspect, anyone following any aspect of renunciation, people are getting attracted. Oh, he's so renounced. So many videos have come now. Vairagi Baba and this Baba, that Baba, a description that how he's renounced. So in this way we see that people in general in this world, they get attracted to all these opulences. And we understand very clearly that Krishna is full in all these opulences. Aishwaryasya samagrasya viryasya yasha shriyah jnana vairagyoschaiva sannam bhaga itingana. Parashar Muni is glorifying Bhagavan and he's saying, he is that personality who has got all these 6 opulences in full. But what to do? When you're not able to see that personality with all these opulences in full, we are not able to get attracted to that all-attractive personality, Lord Sri Krishna. So Prabhupada was giving a class and there he was explaining. When we were naming this organization, many of our friends, they suggested that we should name this organization as International Society for God Consciousness. But who is actually God? If there is one name for God, that is Krishna. Therefore, I said no. We should have it as International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And then Prabhupada is explaining, Krishna is all attractive personality. All attractive personality. And the proof is his pastimes in Sri Vrindavan Dham. Everyone was attracted to Krishna. Be it the elderly gopis, be it the elderly gopas, be it the young gopis in Vrindavan, or be it the young gopas. Oh, forget about human beings. Even the cows were so attracted. Oh, forget about the cows. Even the cats and dogs and others who were present, they were so attracted. Oh, forget about them. Even the trees were so much attracted. And Prabhupada also goes on to say, even the water was attracted to Krishna. So in this way, we see that Krishna is all attractive personality. The only problem is that when we are not able to recognize this all attractive personality in our life, unfortunately, when that becomes hazy, the object of attraction becomes hazy, we start searching for that object of attraction or the attributes of that object of attraction in this material world, and therefore we will see we get attracted to all these different things or people around. Hence proved, we are only attracted to Krishna and no one else. But another very important point which we can analyze, since it's in the context, even if we get attracted to some personality in this world, that attraction does not remain for long, you see. Say, again, let's take the example of Dampati, husband and wife. When they're newly married, so much attracted to each other. They cannot live without each other. Again and again calling and asking, how are you, what are you doing, what you ate. Husband is in the office, wife is in some other office, or she is at home. And there's a repeated call that takes place. And then with time, the frequency of call goes on reducing. And with time, the glorification of the other personality goes on reducing. And with time, the attachment and attraction goes on reducing. Before, they were not able to live without each other. Now they're not able to live with each other. They want to maintain some distance now. So this is a proof that in this world, that attraction does not remain for long between people. Why? Because the object of attraction, what they are searching for, they have not found. They have not found. They're thinking they have found. They're not found. One of the devotees, when we were having a class, it's a congregation class, small group. Then I was asking, so what was the goal of your life before coming to Krishna consciousness? So one Prabhu was sitting beside me. He said, Prabhu, my goal of life before coming to Krishna consciousness to marry her. That was my only goal. So you see how much people are so attracted, but then that attraction doesn't remain for long. But now the question is, in Shastra, we see that all those different devotees who were attracted to Krishna and who surrendered their life at the lotus feet of Krishna. When it comes to attraction of this world, it's almost like surrendering their life at the cactus or feet, whatever you call it as. Yes. Feet of some personality, be it the opposite gender or be it some other personality having this Aishwarya, etc., that we discussed. It cannot remain for long. People switch. And it's very funny that person was so attracted to his wife, now is getting attracted to someone else's wife or some other lady of this world. But then we will not find this in the Shastra. We will not find that personality who surrendered his life at the lotus feet of Krishna because he was attracted to Krishna. I'm talking about pure devotees. I'm not talking about sadhakas. So those who are surrendered to Krishna, were so attracted to Krishna, you will not find in Shastra they switched their Ishtadev. From Shyama Sundar, they went to some other Devta or someone like that. No. Lifelong, just one personality. You take any example of any personality for that matter. Say, we take example of Mirabai. Now, when it comes to females, naturally, they're so much attached and attracted to various things of this material world. And this lady, I should say, pure devotee in a body of a woman. So she was so attracted to Krishna, even when the people in their family, they tried poisoning her. They tried killing her in various ways. She was not affected by all that. She was just dancing and dancing, with her musical instrument that she had and the beautiful deity that she had all the time and singing various songs. She never changed, saying, I'll shift my Ishtadev from this to that because now the situations are not favorable. Attraction remained lifelong. So this goes on to say that when someone actually realizes that the object of attraction is Krishna, and when they surrender their life to the object of attraction, their attraction towards Krishna will never reduce because all attractive Krishna will remain all attractive. Not just all attractive, his attractiveness increases every moment. I don't know how to describe and how to comprehend and understand this factor. Is all attractive Krishna becomes more attractive. How should I say this? More all attractive every moment. That's the glory about Krishna's attractiveness. Therefore, this point is very clear that only when someone does not understand about the object of attraction, he gets somehow cheated in this material world and he keeps switching from one attractive object to another, to another, to another, and he's never satisfied. He's never satisfied. Therefore, one thing is very clear. Only through repeated study of Shastra, a person can understand that how Krishna is the life and soul of my life. Like the water is the life for the aquatics. He'll be able to realize this. By the repeated repeated study of Shastra, not just reading, repeated study of Shastra and the mercy of pure devotees. With these two, with time, slowly and steadily, it's not going to happen at one night. Slowly and steadily, the Sambandha Gyan will become more and more clear. And when the Sambandha Gyan becomes fully clear, then the person will not be bewildered and cheated in this material world. He will not be attracted to anything. He'll be attracted only to Krishna. Or I should say, he'll be only attracted to the divine couple, Sri Radha and Krishna. As Gaudiyas get attracted to Radha and Krishna. Now, it's a very important thing, as we have elaborately discussed now. Krishna is all attractive, and the living entities are searching for that all attractive, and they want to get attracted to that all attractive. This, I think, is clear now in this entire discussion. So, what is the job of a preacher? Job of a preacher is describe the all attractive as it is, and help these people who are searching for that all attractive to get attracted to this all attractive. As simple as that. So the preacher has to help all the conditioned living entities who are searching for the all attractive by describing the all attractive in the as it is manner. Very, very important thing that a preacher has to do. When the preacher blocks some of the things given in the Shastra about the Supreme Lord, you will see that he will not be able to help the living entities to get attracted to Krishna. Max to max, he can attract people to himself by his word jugglery. But he will not be able to help people to get attracted to the all attractive. Therefore, a preacher, I should maybe put it like this. The preacher's dharma is to put or describe about Krishna as it is from the Shastra. Very, very important. And also, we see this in the life of Srila Prabhupada also. When it comes to Srila Prabhupada, if we talk about his way of speaking or maybe communication skills, I can speak more on that. Communication skills and all that. I don't think people of this world who are into so much of materialism, they'll be able to appreciate Srila Prabhupada's communication skills. Prabhupada will have a lot of fillers in his talk. He'll clear his throat suddenly in between. And then suddenly in between, rascal, foolish, and all that. No materialist will get attracted to Prabhupada's externally speaking communication skills. But still, Srila Prabhupada through his speech and through his writings, that is Bhaktivedanta purports, which he presented, so many people became devotees, so many people got attracted to Krishna. And the most amazing part is those people who had no clue of who is Krishna, they got attracted to Krishna. Now this is an amazing case study, amazing. That how just by presenting things as it is, Srila Prabhupada made this statement many times. Whenever he was glorified that you have done so many wonderful things, Prabhupada said, I don't take credit for any of it. All credit goes to my Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He was the Vaikuntha man. It goes to him. And if at all any credit I have to take, only credit that I take is I have presented the message as it is. Look at the power of as it is. So if preachers understand the power of as it is and they start expressing or presenting the philosophy of Krishna consciousness as it is, people of this world will get attracted to that as it is personality, Krishna, who is all attractive. The only problem is when the preacher is not able to present the all attractive personality as it is, the living entities or the human beings are not able to get attracted to Krishna. I'm talking about pious people. I'm not talking about sinful ones who have no sukriti. I'm talking about pious people who have some sukriti, spiritual sukriti, bhaktyonmukha sukriti. Now, therefore, it's very important to note that a preacher who might get some following when he is not presenting Krishna as it is, he might get some following. But you know what? He himself will never be satisfied. He will not be satisfied within his heart because he has not presented Krishna as it is. In fact, this is my personal experience, to be frank. When I go to some college or some corporate and when I speak, so there we have some conditions. We are secular. So secular, the definition of secular is you encourage all the faiths to be practiced nicely. But now the definition of secular is we don't allow any faith to be practiced anyways. Secular means no speaking about anything from any faith. So now when we go to certain places like that, so we have to hide. We cannot present Krishna as it is. So indirectly we speak. Indirectly we have to speak the Almighty, or then we have to speak about some aspects. You cannot directly quote shlokas of Gita also. Then you have to speak the shlokas of Gita in an indirect manner. And then you cannot talk about mantra meditation as it is, that is chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Then you have to beat around the bush and say that we have to do some type of meditation, which is very, very important. You should chant, some things, so that you can meditate on that. It's a real torture for a preacher, to go to some college or some, corporate company or whatever and speak, and they say, please speak something about spirituality. Only thing is, don't speak about spirit and supreme spirit, but speak about spirituality. This is my personal experience. Whenever I've gone to certain places like that, now since it's a service, I have to go, but it feels very hollow. And after spending an hour or two there talking to people and speaking from Shastra indirectly, it feels very dissatisfied. Very dissatisfied. That day becomes very, unsuccessful day, I can say. But then when there are 2-3 people sitting, some devotees, and when we have a direct discussion from Shastra, as it is presenting the Shastra, that gives so much of satisfaction. Therefore, a preacher should present the Shastra as it is, so that other living entities or human beings can get attracted to Krishna. Point 1. Second point is so that he himself can become satisfied and get nourished in Krishna consciousness. So in this way, we understand that, Srila Prabhupada's point, the all-pervading Supersoul Paramatma is the source of all living entities. And when the living entities remain in contact with the all-pervading Vasudeva, the personality of Godhead, he manifests his spiritual power, exactly as the crocodile exhibits its strength in the water. So how can the living entity become great? Not by imitating Krishna, but by serving Krishna. So when we are in constant touch with the Lord, naturally our original constitutional position, endowed with all the wonderful spiritual qualities, will be exhibited. And naturally the person will be very great. He will become very, very great. So the point is, not in touch with Krishna. That's the problem. So when we are in touch with Krishna, everything else will fall in place. Therefore, as I was mentioning the other day also, that the only problem is that we are not actually coming directly in touch with Krishna. So we have a metal and we have an insulation on that, and the metal is heated. But when we are touching the metal, we are not able to feel that heat. Why? There's an insulation on that. Similarly, we devotees, when we are practicing Krishna consciousness, we are not actually directly coming in touch with Krishna because there is an insulation of offenses. And we are saying, no, I'm touching Krishna. No, but you're not touching because you're not feeling the heat. You're not feeling the bliss. And sometimes people ask, where is the bliss in chanting Hare Krishna? Where is the bliss of Krishna Katha? Maybe a little bit here and there we might have felt, but actual bliss, because we're not able to touch. Therefore, if anyone remains in contact with all-pervading personality, he manifests his spiritual power, Prabhupada's statement. He manifests his spiritual power. And what is the spiritual power of a living entity? What is the spiritual power? Yes. Spiritual power is that you can infuse devotion to Krishna in someone's heart which is barren, which has got no fertility. There is no softness in the heart, but still the spiritual power means the person is able to infuse the devotion to Krishna in the heart of such a person. That's spiritual power. All our acharyas have proved. How great they are when it comes to their spiritual power. So in this way, we understand that being in touch, being in contact is very, very important. Therefore, preachers who have the seva of infusing Krishna consciousness in the hearts of those people who are not Krishna conscious, they have to be in contact with Krishna. And to come in contact with Krishna, the bhajan has to be niraprad bhajan. Niraprad naam lay, paye prema dhan. So niraprad bhajan is very, very important. Aprad yukta bhajan is something that stops our growth in Krishna consciousness. And now the way the time is passing every day, pat. Mangalarti and our own Shayan. This is what is happening every day. In between how the time passes, it's difficult to comprehend also. But in that time, whatever we have, whatever we are doing, We have to try our best to do it in a way which is offenseless, niraprad bhajan. If we are not able to do, still we have to endeavor to do niraprad bhajan. Because finally, intelligence Krishna has to give so that we can do niraprad bhajan. But when we are hankering to do niraprad bhajan, Krishna will give intelligence. If we are not at all hankering for doing niraprad bhajan, we are satisfied with our aprad yukta bhajan, then Krishna is also okay, chalo, no problem, carry on. Inattentive chanting, tathastu. Inattentively attending Bhagavatam class, tathastu. Inattentively doing all the other activities, tathastu. Go ahead, just do it. But when a devotee is anchoring, I say, nahi ho raha hai. Yesterday also I didn't get Krishna Prem, today also I didn't get. How will I get Krishna Prem? Yes. How will I feel that sweetness of the holy name without putting any mishra in the mouth? How is it possible? So when the devotee is hankering like that to do niraprad bhajan to attain Krishna Prem, then Krishna will give intelligence. That's a very, very important point to note. Finally, one point which Prabhupada writes, everyone should therefore seek the shelter of Supreme Soul, the source of all living entities. No one should waste his time in so-called happiness of materialistic household life. Therefore, it's a very important thing to note that serious practitioners should set Krishna as the first priority. Nothing else as first priority. It's only Krishna as the first priority. And for whomever possible, whosever nature supports, I'm talking about boys, men, they should remain brahmacharis and practice bhakti. But if they're not able to, due to their nature, due to their past samskaras or whatever, they should try to become missionary grihasthas. For sure, not an attached grihamedi. He'll just go to hell, nowhere else. So best is to remain a brahmachari and just do Krishna, practice Krishna consciousness without any, what do you call it, extra fittings. A brahmachari is free. No, he does not have any extra fittings. But if at all my nature doesn't support and I have got so much of desires because of my past samskaras, accept the extra fittings. But then involve those extra fittings and yourself in missionary activities. Very important. And we will see, be it a brahmachari or be it a grihastha, it is very difficult to keep Krishna in the center always. Very difficult. Because we want to enjoy. And how we want to enjoy? We want to enjoy without Krishna. And therefore, our situation is like the fish out of the water. We want to enjoy without Krishna. It's like the fish remaining out of the water. It can never live. It can never survive. And similarly, we, living entities, we Baddha Jivas, trying to enjoy without Krishna can actually never enjoy. Never. Therefore, this understanding should be very clear. That we, devotees, are like fishes or aquatics, and we should always remain in water. Only when we are in water, we'll be able to live. We'll be able to enjoy. It means only when we are in service of Krishna, keeping Krishna as the first priority, serving Krishna without any ulterior motive, we'll be able to live. We'll be able to remain happy and attain the eternal happiness, the ultimate happiness, that is Krishna Prem. Thank you very much. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.